What's up, guys? Welcome to Monday Reflections. Yesterday at Avenue South, we were back in John chapter 21, verses 20 through 23. I'm going to read it real quick. Peter turned and saw the disciples whom Jesus loved following them. The one who also had leaned back against him during the supper and had said, "Lord, who is it that is going to betray you?" When Peter saw him, he said to Jesus, "Lord, what about this man?" Jesus said to him, "If it is my will that he remain until I come, what is that to you? Follow me." So the saying spread abroad among the brothers that this disciple was not to die. Yet Jesus did not say to him he was not to die, but, "If it is my will that he remain until I come, what is that to you?" Now, yesterday at Avenue South, we really talked about comparison, and that's essentially what the topic is at hand here. The comparison between Peter and John. It got to the point where Peter was more concerned about what was going to happen to John than what was going to happen to Peter himself. And this is just a prime example. We always compare ourselves to others. We're always more concerned with what's going on in someone else's life rather than our lives. Now, comparison is, and we said this yesterday, comparison is measuring your value and worth based on the standard of what someone else has or does. How many of us are very guilty of that? I know I am myself. This is one of the biggest struggles I have. For example, we have social media. We're just seeing a small glimpse into someone else's life. And so for me, I've got 4 basic things that are interests of mine: music, basketball, photography, and surfing. I really love surfing. Now, all 4 of those things are interests of mine, but the one thing that I partake in the most is music. I tend to compare myself to other musicians, to other artists, to other worship leaders. That can be very unhealthy for me. I have a very hard time not comparing myself to what God is doing in other people's lives as opposed to what he's doing in my life. I have to sometimes unfollow people. I unfollow a lot of pages and even close friends just so that I won't see their content, see what's going on in their life, and my flesh isn't like, well, I want what they want. I want to happen in my life what's happening in their life. And that's the exact opposite of what God is wanting to do with us individually. He's got a specific, very fulfilling purpose for each and every one of us. And if we are distracted or consumed by what is going on in someone else's life, there's no fruit in ours. We're so caught up with making sure that we're doing what someone else is doing. We see the fruit and the benefits and the greatness that's going on in someone else's life, and we're like, well, why is that not happening for me? I want that. When in reality, we need to say, I'm not going to pay attention to that. That's great. But I need to focus. I need to put my blinders on and focus on what God has for me and what he's wanting to do in my life. And Pastor Aaron said this yesterday. Our flesh, it only knows one word, and that's more. Even if we get everything that we want based on what someone else has, we are still gonna want more. And he gave an example of his dream car, and even if he were to get his dream car, he would see someone else with a better car and he would want that. It's the same thing. We all go through that. We all think those things. We all think, well, if I just get this, or if I'm just this person, or if I just look this way, then I'm gonna be content and I'm gonna be happy and I'm gonna have a fulfilling life. And then we get what we want. God gives us what we want, and then we're left here back at square one. Well, what else is there? I want more. It's just a never-ending cycle. So my encouragement for you today, and what I'm chewing on and thinking about, what I got from this text, is to pray and ask the Lord, show me what it is that you're doing in my life. How are you at work in my life today? How do you want to continue to use me? And let me just be a blessing to others. Let me be content with where I am so that you can use me to my fullest potential. That's all I have for you today. I hope this was encouraging, and I just chew on this for the rest of the week with me as I chew on it, and we'll pray together that we can stop comparing ourselves to other people and do the things that you have to do to stop doing. If that means you have to unfollow people on social media, go for it. But anyways, we'll see you next week.